And good evening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience Season 29 Major League World Series. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer. Joining me tonight is New York Voyagers head GM, Sim Team head, and good friend, Enoch. How's it going, Enoch?
It's going pretty well. How are you doing today?
Good. Really excited for this matchup here. Both of these teams, they're got a first chance to hopefully become World Series champions here. It's a very exciting matchup. Especially since the Boise Raptors have had a record of getting into the semifinals quite a bit, but never really able to get to the big show. So, pretty excited to see how this turns out for them. But the Demons as well. Demons hoping for their first World Series win. So, both teams underdogs in the seeding in the playoffs. They beat some really big, dominant teams that I thought were going to go all the way. And messed up my prediction for the playoff stuff, but we'll have to see how it goes. What are your thoughts?
Well, Boise Raptors is not their first. It won't be their worst first World Series win. They won
That's
back
true with
in,
the
I believe,
Railroaders.
season 17. No, no. Well, yes.
Mhm.
Since the rebrand, then
Right,
yes. So
right.
so technically speaking,
Technically, yes,
technically
yes.
speaking, but yeah, yeah. They have been amazing in playoffs, as we have in first rounds,
Mhm.
especially of just absolutely upsetting everyone, and it's from a fan perspective, it's really fun to see. I can't imagine it's that fun for the other GMs, and
Right,
thank goodness that I was never ever one of them. but
right.
but it's almost like we're all just waiting in line
Get
for
your
them to
shot.
upset us. Yeah.
Yeah.
um, but I think that this is a very good series. Boise, don't be mistaken by their record. I think they underperformed throughout the season, and I think it showed it in the playoffs that it was a lot closer than everybody thinks. And kudos to the Demons who took down the Apex
Yeah. What a series
and
that
and
was, right?
yeah. I mean I mean, I kid you not, it's almost like every single season in the first round they meet up with each other, and it's just punches after punches, and it's fun to see. Like it's a rivalry that have developed throughout the seasons just because of all those first round uh matchups. And but again, like it's not easy coming all the way here, and it is, I can tell you from experience, is very 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 nerve wracking. And I can imagine this is the case for both the Boise GMs and the Detroit's GM. So it's just really just a congratulations to on Boise's side with Jess and Petro. Just a great season for them, and so same to Detroit with Cortese and Taco Shop.
Mhm.
It takes a lot to get to this point, and a lot of things going right. And so um, I'm sure I'm sure someone has to lose, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I'm sure all the hard work that the teams have put into, something will pay off for someone tonight. So I'm just hoping that will be a incredible series. And yeah, and well, we should yeah, let's dive into it and not make them
Absolutely.
wait any longer.
Sure. And speaking of that, looking at the aces here in the starting pitcher rotation, Andrew Lucas and Dirk Diglett, both having great playoff postseason performances, really pulled their teams through, able to get them into this last series here. So this especially, I think this game one is pretty much going to set the tone of this whole series because, if Boise can somehow take a game here and split the series at home, then they'll be able to go back to Boise and have three games to be able to, try and work something
Mhm.
out. Maybe, take it all away from there, not even have to go back to Detroit. So, very interesting setup here. We'll have to see how this goes. If we have any mods in the chat, if we could go ahead and get a prediction here for game one going, and we'll go ahead and take a look at our matchups here, starting off for our first game of Season 29 World Series. And here we go. Starting at the top of the lineup here, pretty much I guess with Tube Land, I was expecting that there. Danny B has been having a great season as well. But as we move down into the meat of the lineup here, Detroit able to take this all the way from 2 to 4. That's going to probably turn out to be the big area of their lineup there that they're going to want some offensive production out of. But as we get down here to 5 and then on to 6, it starts turning towards Boise's way a little here. And then Detroit taking the 7 and 8 spot, with Boise rounding out at number 9 with Parker Beauchamp. Over here on the pitching end, Andrew Lucas was 78 overall versus 70 overall for Dirk Diglett. Lucas here having the advantage. The 13 and 8 record on the season is still pretty comparative here with the 12 and 9 of Dirk Diglett. So, both pitchers having great seasons, great postseasons. And here we go, our first game. We're going to see how this goes. But let's take a look at our prediction, see if we have one going here. I do not see a prediction yet. Do we have any
Yeah, I'm
mods here
checking.
tonight?
I am checking the mod chat right now. I thought we'll have one. Uh, all right, maybe maybe they have not shown up yet.
Do you know how to do the?
I actually don't.
You don't. Okay. Well, let me take a second here and look at, uh, see if I can figure this out somehow. Give me just a minute here. We're gonna go into mod view and see if I can do a. Uh, no. Well, I thought I knew how to do this, but apparently I am not finding it here. So, oh, we've got the terms here. Let me see if. No. Dang it. Alright, well, I wish we had a mod here to be able to handle this. Let me switch
We
back.
will. I'll look for some.
Alright, cool.
I will.
I'm going to
Don't
switch
worry
back
about
to
it.
my other
So,
view here. Give me just a second.
gonna.
Alright, well, there we go. Alright, so while Enoch is checking on that, let's go ahead and take a second here and talk about how these teams were able to get to this point here. We'll go ahead and go back here and take a look at the previous series. And in our last one here, the Demons beating the Rougarous here in the 11th inning with the walk-off. That was an amazing way for the Demons to be able to get into the World Series there. Especially with the Rougarous, I really thought that it was going to probably be their chance. It was either going to be them or the Scorpions to be able to pull that off and get into the World Series. But here we go. The Demons able to get that walk off in the 11th. Danny B, the hero of the game there. As far as the other matchup goes, we'll go back to the last game of this one here, and with the Crabs and the Raptors, Boise able to, just barely getting one here as well. Another walk off in the 10th. Sax Justice being able to get one here off of Kakamine. So both teams in dramatic fashion able to push themselves up into the World Series, and I still don't see any poll here. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find the search term here. And
Yeah, Bex is just getting to her computer, so
oh,
she
okay,
is going to take care of that
excellent.
for us in just a minute. So I apologize for
No
that.
worries.
I should have checked the mod chat before. I was
Uh,
too busy getting food.
Not a problem. But as far as the other teams went here, my predictions, the playoff predictions I did for the TPE, I did not get a
That's
single one right.
I think it's called participation
Yeah, you get the
point.
one TPE point. That's it. So be able
uh,
to really get a
yeah.
skill up on that one. But
Well,
yeah.
I got the Rougarous one, so I think
Oh,
so.
nice.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah. Trying to think of what else we needed to cover here. Let me see
Well,
if there were any stats that were added last second here. I don't think there were, but take a look here just to be sure.
okay. Well, at least the whole league don't get predictions. Yes, that's true. If no one got like any of the predictions right, then we're all playing on equal field, except for the one person who either didn't know the league or just randomly chose everybody at random, and then now they are ahead of the game. So, um,
Nice. All
oh,
right,
there it
so
is.
the prediction is up. Who wins game one? Boise and Detroit. Use your hard-earned channel points here. You could claim quite a bit of PBE money if you get a good prediction in here. Pretty evenly matched as far as the teams go. Detroit with slight advantage in the batting department, but Boise hanging in there pitching-wise. And we'll go ahead and pull back up, and let me make sure I have we'll turn this on. There we go. And make sure there's no BNN. There is not. All right, so we're set on that end. We have about 15 seconds left here on the predictions. Boise and Detroit. Detroit with 72% right now. Boise at 28. You want to win some big channel point money, here's your chance. And some more getting put into Boise. They're moving on up 43% now to 57. And time is almost up on your submissions if you want to get a last second submission in here. And somebody's doing a whole bunch for Detroit. 72% now. All right, well, it looks like we are just about up on the prediction here. Any second it should be over. And Detroit right now still 72%, 18K channel points here. So we have about 25K total in on this game one. And let me go ahead and do a file save here real quick just to be thorough. There we go. All right. Well, I thought the submissions were
I think we could.
closing, but
It's getting there, and
yeah,
I think we could go on. I mean, doesn't really.
doesn't really
I think
matter
we could.
here with
Doesn't
the
really
very
matter here for
beginning.
the last. So let's take it away. How do you want to do this? You want to do?
Let's do it like I do with hummus. I'll do first and second, eighth and ninth, and you
Mhm.
do third through seventh, and we'll just
Sounds
alternate
good.
between the
Sounds
games.
good.
We'll do an inning
Sounds
each if we
good.
go to extra innings. All right, so here we go.
Sounds good.
Game one: Boise Raptors, Detroit Demons, Season 29, Major League World Series. Toot Bland is going to start us off, and here we go. And pitcher comes set, and Toot Bland hits to the third baseman. It goes all the way across, and that'll be out number one. Bridget Westfall up now. Bridget Westfall, and this is going to be a towering fly ball towards left field, and that is out number two. Sax Justice, who is the player of the game to win the last series, takes a walk here. Johnny Pluto, Johnny Baseball up, and Johnny Baseball strikes out, leaving the runner stranded. We're going to move now to the bottom of the first. Detroit up, Danny B. Hero of their series as well. Danny B is going to fly this one out to right field, out number one. Nicholson dimes to the second baseman, and that'll be the second out. Drachenberg now with two outs. Drachenberg, and this one's a tapper to the second baseman. That will be an infield single, not able to make the play. And they're going to second base with the steal, and they are safe. Runner in scoring position now. This one's to the gap on the right side. The runner could be coming home. Here they come. And that's going to be a run scored, and Detroit goes on the board early, getting the 1-0 lead here to start us off. This one hit to the third baseman, goes and makes the play at second, and that will retire the side, but Detroit gets one on the board. We're going to go to the top of the second now. Boise up. Vladimir Bodnar to the shortstop, goes all the way across. What a hard throw. He was in the grass there on that one. And a walk here from Andrew Oram. That'll put a runner on for Petra Sabor. Sabor to the second base, and they get one, but not two. As Petra will be at first here for Radiance Ham. Petra going to second, and they're going to be safe. Radiance Ham now to the shortstop, goes across, makes the play, leaves Petra stranded. And we're going to go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 Detroit. Strike three call here on Stack and Paper, and that'll bring up Carlos Crashwagon. Crashwagon, 2 strikeouts in a row. Jet Jaguar now. Jaguar to the pitcher, goes across, makes the play, gets the out. We're going to go now to the top of the third. Detroit up by 1. Here comes Enoch.
And Parker Beecham will be leading off for Boise against Dirk Diglett. And Beecham will ground out to third for the first out of the top of the third. Toot Bland coming up. And that is a grounder back up the middle, fielded by the second baseman for the second out. Bridget Westfall up. And that is a grounder to the first baseman. And that is 3 quick outs for the Raptors, going back to Detroit with Berserker coming up. And he'll strike out. And that is a deep fly by Danny B. And that is gone. That is gone. Detroit takes a 2-0 lead off of Danny B's solo shot. Danny B now hitting over 300 again. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, 7 stolen bases in this playoffs. Excellent playoffs so far. And a grounder by Nicky Dimes, and that is the second out of the inning. Drakenberg will strike out against Lucas for the third out. And Justice fly out to right for the first out. Pluto will strike out against her Diglett for the second out of the top of the fourth. Bodner will strike out as well, so good start for Diglett. And Dinko will lead things off with a single on the bottom of the fourth. And a infield pop-up for Jimmy Blamo for the first out. Second Paper will ground out to third. Runner moves to second. Crash Wagon will strike out. And that is it for the Demons. Now we move to the top of the fifth. Oram will sky this passes in center fielder's head. And Oram will get in there with a leadoff double. Petra Sabor coming up. Sabor will ground out to short for the first out. Radiance Ham. That is a grounder to shortstop for the second out. Parker Beecham. And that is a ground out to the second baseman. And again, leadoff double to waste as they couldn't get Oram in. Jaguar will lead off on the bottom of the fifth of a single. Berserker coming up with a little tapper to the second to the catcher, who throws to second for the first out. And there's a grounder, and that is a double play. Danny B grounds in a double play, and that is it. Still 2-0 as we move to the top of the sixth. And a line out to second by Tu Plant. Bridget Westfall will strike out swinging against Dirk Diglett. Sax Justice will get a single back up the middle. Only the second hit for Boise. And Pluto will ground out to second, and that is it. So Dirk Diglett just not hittable right now. And a infield single by Nicky Dimes. And a stolen base by Nicky Dimes. And that is a single past the third baseman, and Nicky Dimes comes in to score. Drakenberg knocks him in, and it's 3-0 Detroit now. And Drakenberg with a great jump, stealing second. Dinko will get this one down the line to the wall. That will be a double, an RBI double for Hayward Dinko. 12th RBI of the playoffs. That is a base hit back up the middle by Blamo, and they will hold Dinko at third. No out, and a strikeout for Stacking Paper. Crash Wagon skies this deep. This one is back, and this one is gone. A 3-run shot, 471 feet, and it's 7-0 Detroit over Boise. A 5-run bottom of the sixth. It gives Detroit a commanding 7-0 lead. Jet Jaguar strikes out against Timmy, who comes into relief for Andrew Lucas. And a strikeout for Berserker as well, and that will finally end the bottom of the sixth.
What a rally.
What a rally it is. And Bodner got hit by Diglett, and he'll get to first to lead off the inning. And Bodner takes off because... okay. And he'll get there second without a throw. Andrew Oram will get a walk, so it's first and second. No out. And that is a foul pitch. Runners move up. Sabor will strike out swinging for the first out. Radiance Ham coming in. Guys is pretty deep, and that is looks like it's going to be a sac fly, and it is. And Boise is on the board, 7-1. And Lewis comes in to relieve Diglett. And that is an infield single by Beecham. And Tu Plant coming up, and he skies us to shallow right. And that will be it. So they do pick up a run, so it's something. Let's see if they could actually pick up more later. But bottom of the 7th, we have Danny B leading off, and he'll ground out to the first baseman. Nicky Dimes will get this into the gap, and looks like he's going to get to a double, perhaps a triple.
Oh, boy.
And that is a triple for Nicky Dimes. Drakenberg will line out to the shortstop for the second out. Dinko will fly out to shallow right, and that will be it. So no runs, despite the triple from Nicky Dimes. And we'll move to the top of the 8th. Back to you, LBG.
And Bridget Westfall, our first batter up for Boise. This one's hit to the shortstop, and that will be out number 1. Sachs Justice now. Sachs Justice looks at a walk here, and they'll take their base as Johnny Baseball comes up here. Johnny Pluto striking out looking. And we have 2 outs now for Vladimir Bodnar. Bodnar, line drive to the first baseman, and that is the 3rd out. Bottom of the 8th we go. Detroit up by 6 here. Can they pad their lead? No, that's going to be a leadoff strikeout for Jimmy Blamo. Ben Stackenpaper will take a walk. We'll have 1 on, 1 out for Carlos Crashwagon. And they're going to go for the steal, and I think they got it. Yes, they did get the steal. This one hit to the second baseman. Runner does advance to 3rd, but they do get the out at 1st. Runner at 3rd now. 2 outs. And towering shot towards left field, but that one will be caught. And that will retire the side. Last inning here. Here we go. Inning number 9. Down by 6. Boise needs something here. Vladimir Bodnar. And that's a good way to start, as that one goes into the gap on the right side. They're going to be in with the leadoff single. Andrew Oram now, runner in scoring position, no outs. Oram, that'll drop in front of the right fielder, and the runner's going to stay at 3rd. Runner's at the corners now. Petra Sabor. Petra Sabor is striking out. 2 outs to go here. Radiance Ham. Radiance Ham to the shortstop. The 6, the 4, the 3, and that's going to do it as the Detroit Demons win Game 1 of the Season 29 Major League World Series with a score of 7-1. Wow, that 5-run inning there in the 6th, that was the difference. They did have the lead here in the 3rd, but they really opened it up there in the 6th, and there was no turning back at that point. Detroit winning Game 1 here. Let's take a look at our batting. Looking at Boise here, we do have 2 hits here from Andrew Oram with 2 walks. Over there on the Detroit side, we have the home run from Danny B, 2 hits each from Nicholson Dimes, Drachenberg, and 3 hits and 2 RBIs from Haywood Dinkel, with 3 RBIs from Carlos Crashwagon as well. I believe that was a 3-run home run. It was, yes. Pitching-wise for Boise, Andrew Lucas taking their first loss of the postseason, with Detroit's Dirk Diglett getting their 2nd win. Player of the game is Dirk Diglett. Diglett, 6.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 107 pitches. So there we go. Game 1 is now in the books. We're going to move on to day number 2 here. And we'll go do a file save, and then we'll start looking at the pitcher stamina here for the 2 teams so they could get an idea of their stuff here. All right, so these should all be rested up. Number 2 starter is rested. Dirty's at 100%. We got exhausted here on Lewis. Jensen Crenshaw had 100%. Palmer at 100% rested for RP, and Sad Pepe at 100% as well. So it looks like here for Detroit that Lewis is the only one that has any sort of fatigue. We're going to move over here now to the Raptors and take a look at their 2nd starter, who is at 100% as well. And we'll just move through their pitchers here. 100% for Paul, 98% here for Rogers Jr. Miller at 100% rested. Hamburger at 100% rested. Timmy at 62% rested. And 100% rested here for Armour. So there you go, both your teams. Let me go ahead and move over here to Discord and see if we have any updates that we need to do for game number 2. And if I can get, let's see here. All right, so Demons and Raptors GMs, if you're listening here on chat, can you give me a heads up on if you want any changes? I'll give you about 2 minutes or so, and I'll go ahead and ping you here as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is there a problem?
Oh, no. My mic went out there for a second.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see here. So Crenshaw to use more, Palmer to use less. Okay, we can fix that. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and go down here. So Crenshaw to use more, and let's see here. Palmer to use less. There you go.
Hang on. Let's see if I okay, yeah. Yeah, Danny, we saw that. So
Yep. All right. So
right. I don't see anything from Raptors, but I guess we'll give them like
we'll give him another minute. Let me DM Petra and just all right. I just DM Petra. I'm sorry, Lewis, not Palmer. Okay. Let me flip that back here. I think it was normal usage on Palmer, and we'll set Palmer to use, Lewis to use less often. So Dirk, let me know if that is correct. Palmer normal. Yeah, Palmer normal, and Lewis is on less. Yep. And still nothing from the Raptors. So, um, I guess as Sim Team head, the decision's yours as to when we want to think about moving on here to game 2. Looks like Demons are pretty close to being wrapped up here with their settings changes. Alright, so Demons gave me the go ahead. They are done with their changes. And we're just waiting on the word now from the Raptors. See if we have any sort of settings we need to switch for them or anything like that. I saw Jess in chat earlier. Jess, are you here? Can you send me a DM or something? Let me know if you want anything changed, or if you're in the server, just let me know in the channel there, and I'll be happy to fix it for you. But yeah, nothing from Petra. Let me try Jess. Alright, so Petra and Jess, I've sent you both DMs. Please respond in the Raptors channel if you have any changes for game 2. And we're just gonna give them a second here, see if they respond. So I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Big holiday weekend coming up. I'm sure everybody has heard the announcement that the PBE is having an extended off season coming up next week. Basically a filler week. We will be having some different events going on, including some charity stuff, I believe. But the week between Christmas and New Year's, that last week of December, that's when we'll have the majors and minors draft during that week. So I look forward to that. Let's see here. Go back over here and check Discord again, see if we have anything. Alright, so Enoch, I don't see anything from either one of them. I've DM'd them both.
why
I've
am I on
pinged
mute?
them. What do you think?
No, we move on, but Majors draft is actually on the 23rd, so it's actually right before Christmas.
Right
And the
before.
minors draft, yeah,
So are we going to
minors draft
stream
is
it before Christmas?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So there was no reason for us to push it
Push
back
it even
any
further.
further.
Right.
Uh,
Get the people
um,
in as quickly as possible.
yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get that. All right, I think yeah. Let's go to game 2. I don't
Alright.
mods. Let's put up a prediction. We can do something simple. Whatever your heart desires.
Taking a look at the lineup here again, still the same, except now down in the pitching, we have a tie here between Daly and Vaughn here. So very interesting. We have both of them at 80 overall. This is going to be a very, we thought the last one was crazy. Both of these pitchers here, even though their records might not show it with the 8 and 10 there, 14 and 7 for Ricky Vaughn, having a great season. Let me go ahead and pull back up our chat here, and I do have responses now from Petra. Not for game 2. All right, so nope. All right, so no game 2 changes for the Raptors. So we're going to wait for this prediction to expire, and then we're going to get started with game 2. We have over under here on, what was that? Home runs.
It's over 100. Why is there a
And
second one? Did they? Oh, who wins game 1? Why
that didn't
is
get
that
paid
just?
out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Bex, if you're there, if you could pay out the
I thought she did.
demons.
Here's that thing. Okay.
All right. So right now it's over under 2.5 home runs for this game. So if you want to get your predictions in, now the time's to do it. We have about 45 seconds left on the prediction here. And right now, 63% for under 2.5. I'm thinking it's going to be mostly not a power game here, but we'll have to see because they sure have some power hitters in these lineups. But now it's 60-40. Oh, and a big under bet here, and that moves it to 86%. And I see a thing here. I was seeing details. Okay, so that one got paid out. Good, good, good. And we're just waiting on this prediction to close here. Looks like we have about 15 seconds left. Under at 84%. If you want to try and get some points in on over here to make a big win, now's the time to do so, as I do see somebody put in about 1,000 channel points there. Oh, somebody putting in 3,000. There we go. 51% now for over. Over taking the advantage here. Time running out on your submissions. Get those in. And 70-30 now. Almost done. And we're almost 20,000 channel points in on this game 2 prediction. A lot of points in here. 2 million PBE bucks. Somebody's going to win some big money here. Almost done with the prediction, and
All right, let's
go ahead and get started.
pick it up.
All right,
Yeah,
there we
let's
go.
get
Just
started.
as it closes. All right, so game 2, Boise Raptors, Detroit Demons. Tu Bland is our first batter, and Enoch, take it away.
Yep. Alrighty, Tu Bland will be leading off against Ricky Vaughn. Ricky Vaughn has not had a really that great of a playoffs, and Tu Bland will walk to lead off the inning, and that is a fly out and a sliding catch in center.
Nice play.
And Sex Justice coming up, and he will strike out for the second out. And Johnny Pluto will strike out as well. So a good start for Ricky Vaughn. We have Danny B, Nicky Dimes, and Arnold Dreckenberg coming up for Detroit. Danny B will ground out to the third baseman for the first out. Nicky Dimes, and that is a fly ball to right for the second out. And Dreckenberg will line this past the third baseman to the wall, and he will get to second, standing up for a 2-out double. Haywood Denko up, and that is a little pop fly to the shortstop, and that will end the first inning. And we'll move to the top of the second. It'll be Barnard, Oram, and Sabor, and Barnard slides this one deep, and that's gone.
Out of the park.
That's 1-0. Boise takes the quick lead, and that is the first home run of the game.
Unders at 1.
There's that one. Oram will strike out swinging for the first out, and Sabor coming up strikes out as well. So fourth strikeout for Ricky Vaughn in this game. And Radiant's hand will hit a shallow fly ball to left to end the inning, but not before Boise takes a 1-0 lead. We move to the bottom of the second, and Blammo will get this one past the third baseman down the line to the wall, and he will get a up double to lead off the inning. Stacking paper up, and he will sky this pretty deep to left, and Blammo will move to third with 1 out. Crash Wagon will strike out swinging but his second out. Jet Jaguar, the DH, will hit a fly ball to right, and it'll be caught And that will be it. So Boise still leading 1-0. We move to the top of the third. LBG, you're up.
And Parker Beauchamp, our first batter up here for Boise. And Parker Beauchamp, deep drive towards right field. And that is out of here. Wow, right at the wall, 402 feet. And Parker Beauchamp, let's get the home run graphic
out
for that
of the
one.
park.
As Boise now 2-0. And a strikeout here for the leadoff batter, Tubland. That'll bring up Bridget Westfall. 1 out and another strikeout. And wow, Ricky Vaughn getting it done with the strikeouts here. And another strikeout after giving up that home run, getting 3 strikeouts in a row. Wow. And that is now 6 on the evening for Ricky Vaughn. Even's up now. This one hit to the third baseman. And Berserker is out. Top of the lineup, Danny B. Danny B, that's going to be dropping for a base hit in right field. Danny B on with the single. 1 on, 1 out for Nicholson Dimes. Dimes to the gap in center. Danny B going to third. This is a gutsy play here, and they're going to be safe. Runners at the corners now, 1 out. And a towering shot to right field. This one will be caught. Runner does tag, and here they come, and they're going to be safe, and it is going to be 2-1. Detroit getting 1 on the board here finally. This will be an infield flyout here. And Dinkle is out, and that'll retire the side. But Detroit gets 1 on the board. 2-1 we go. Top of the fourth now, Boise. Through the gap on the right side, Johnny Pluto getting a base hit to lead us off here. Vladimir Bodnar, former Dynamo. And that'll be the 6, the 4, but not the 3, as Bodnar's going to get the first. They get the out of second. Bodnar going to second, and looks like they're going to be safe. Runner in scoring position now for Andrew Oram. And shortstop grabs that one, throws to first. Runner stays at second. 2 outs. Petra Sabor. And Petra Sabor is striking out, and that'll retire the side. Bottom of the fourth we go. Detroit down by 1 here. And look at the shortstop going way out there in the grass, but unable to make the play as that one drops for a single. Little bloop single there in left field. This one's going to be a flyout here towards the right fielder. And Lambo's still on first. Crash Wagon now. And they're going to get the runner first, but Crash Wagon moves to second. And that'll be a strikeout for Jet Jaguar. And that retires the side. Top of the fifth we go. Still 2-1 Boise. Leadoff strikeout here for Radiant Sam. And now Parker Beauchamp. Parker striking out. And Ricky Vaughn now with 9 strikeouts now. Jeez. And a walk here. A rare walk from Ricky Vaughn as Tubland gets on. And down the left field line. That's going to be a hit. And Bridget Westfall moving to second. And the runner's coming home. Tubland came home. And that's going to be an RBI double for Bridget Westfall. And it is now 3-1 Boise. Sachs Justice, hard hit down the right field line. That will easily score the runner. They're going to second now, and that'll be a double. And it is now 3-1 Boise. Excuse me, 4-1 Boise. Runner in scoring position, another hit down the right field line. Boise in a little run here as they're going to come in with another double. Johnny Pluto getting it done. Vladimir Bodnar with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. And finally, Ricky Vaughn gets a strikeout there, but they do give up 3. Boise up now by 4. Halfway through the game, Detroit coming up. And a strikeout looking from Berserker. Top of the lineup now, hot hitter now, Danny B. And there's another base hit, and this is going to be a double at least. And I think Danny B's near the cycle here. Just a triple, I think, is going to get them the cycle at this point. This one hit to the third baseman, and wow, it looked like they weren't going to make the play, but they did at the last second. Danny B still at second base here. This is going to be a flyout towards the first baseman. Out number 2, should be out number 3. Top of the 6th we go. Boise up now. Andrew Oram, leadoff strikeout. Ricky Vaughn down in the yellow now in the stamina. Petra Sabor to the shortstop and barely makes a play right at the last second there. 2 outs now. This one hit to second baseman and a 1-2-3 inning. Radiant Ham getting out as well. Bottom of the 6th we go now. This one hit to the third baseman.
I was going to say, it's kind of a weird game for Ricky Vaughn. He has 12 strikeouts and like he looks like dominant from the strikeout side, but then you realize he gave up 5 runs in that 5 innings.
It's like a feast or famine kind of thing, yeah. And that one's going to be a base hit here for Stack and Paper. Runner first now for Carlos Crash Wagon. Stack and Paper going to second. They're going to be safe. Runner in scoring position now. And a pass ball. Runner with the third.
Bumble.
This one hits a shortstop, makes the play at first, able to stop the run from scoring. And we now move to the top of the 7th. Boise up by 4. Parker Beauchamp leads us off. Beauchamp, and this is going to be a flyout here to left field. Out number 1, top of the order, Tuplan. Tuplan, who had the steal earlier off the hit and came in to score, strikes out here. And that'll bring up Bridget Westfall. And finally, they do a pitching change here. Thomas Palmer coming in for Detroit as that one drops for a base hit. Westfall getting on. 2 on, 1 out. And this one's hard hit towards left field. And that one is out of here. A 2-run shot. And Sax Justice
out of
hits
the
a
park.
home run here to put it now 7-1. Boise up by 6 in the top of the 7th now. And the crowd booing as Boise taking the big lead here. They do get the strikeout to finish out the inning. But damage has been done. 2 more added. Bottom of the 7th, stretch time. Here we go, Detroit. And this one's hitting the gap on the left side. And Jet Jaguar is going to be in with the leadoff double. And this is what Detroit needs here to get back in this game. And this one's hit to the shortstop. Throws across, makes a play. That is out number 1. Runner still at second here. Hard hit ball down the left field line. This is going to score a run. And are they going to go for 3? They are. And they're going to slide in. They're going to be safe with a triple. Danny B. And I think that is the cycle for Danny B tonight. We'll have to take a look at that after the game, but I do believe that is the cycle for Danny B. As they're going to get the runner first, but they do score. It is now 7-3. And we'll get a strikeout here, and that retires the side. We now move to the top of the 8th, 7-3, Boise in the lead, and here comes Enoch.
All right, we move to the top of the 7th. And Barnard will ground out to the second baseman for the first out. Orem will strike out as well against Thomas Palmer. And that is a base hit by Sabor into right field. 2-out single. And that is a base hit for Radiance Hammond. Sabor moves to third, so first and third, 2 out. And Beecham will ground out and force to second. And that will end the top of the 8th. It's still 7-3 Boise over Detroit.
Pitching change.
Haywood pitching change. Jenkins Millers comes in. And Haywood Dinko with Sky out to the right fielder for the first out. Jimmy Blamo will ground out to the first baseman, second out of the inning. Stacking paper up. And this will be a lazy fly ball to the right fielder. And that is a quick 1-2-3. Palmer still in to pitch for Detroit. And as Westfall lines out to the left field for the first out. I'm sorry, that was too bland. Westfall grounds out for the second out. And Justice strikes out for the third out. And 7-3 still. We move to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Demons. And that is a walk for Crash Wagon to lead off the inning. Jaguar and Berserker coming up against Miller. And that's one. So Jaguar gets a force out. And Berserker coming up gets grounder. That's 1, and that's 2, and that ends the game. A double play to end the game. And that is a 7-3 final score as Boise ties up the series at 1. They took the lead early and held on, getting 3 in the top of the 5th to really solidify that lead. Looking at the batting side, looking on Boise's side, a couple of hits from Westfall, Justice, and Pluto. Justice with 3 RBIs in this game. And on Detroit's side, Danny B, 3 for 4 day, and
Nice.
I believe it is a, let's see.
Yeah, they were missing the home run, as he was saying.
They're missing the home run. Oh,
Yeah,
why do you think that there was a home run?
It was
Maybe,
game 1.
I thought
it was
that was
game 1. They got the home run.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, on the pitching side, Chank Daly, 7 innings, gave up 9 hits, but only gave up 3 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 118 pitches. Jenkins Millers with 2 clean innings to finish up the game for Boise. Over on Detroit's side, Ricky Vaughn, I mentioned this before, kind of a weird game that they had. They had 12 strikeouts, absolutely dominant from that standpoint. But they gave up 5 runs, so that's probably the more important thing. Thomas Palmer came in out of relief, gave up 2 more in his 3 innings of pitching. Player of the game is Sax Justice. And Ricky Vaughn sets the Champions playoff game record for strikeouts with 12. So congratulations to Ricky Vaughn for that record. Unfortunately, it came in a losing effort, but a feat nonetheless.
Now, since, if I remember correctly, when I look at the index before we did the split to the two different divisions, the champions was set as the default. So isn't this like the overall majors record here for playoff strikeouts with 12?
It could be.
It
We'll have
could
to take a
be.
look. Because assuming that nobody in the Legends have done it
Right.
in since the split. Yeah. Oh. You need to change
Yep. Let me. I
the
just saw
top.
that. Thank you for
Yeah.
pointing that out, Steele. Give me just a second here. Uh,
And we might have some changes. Uh,
There we go. All right, so let me go ahead and move this back over, and I'll take a look at Discord, see if any of the GMs have any. Oh, let me go ahead and go
Petra
and
wants
do the
stamina.
the stamina. Yep, we want to go ahead and take care of that, and we'll move on to our next sim day here.
E- Uh. Okay. All right. So that's game 3. Okay.
Yep. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the Demons first with their pitching on day 3. Actually, this is day 4 now with their third pitcher, and 100% rested for number 3 Walker Cato. Going through their pitching here, Dirty's at 100%, Jensen Crenshaw at 100%, Palmer at 40% tired, Sad Pepe at 100%, and Lewis at 79%. So it looks like Pepe, or was it Palmer? Yeah, it was Palmer. Palmer and Lewis are basically the two tired ones there. We're going to switch over here to the Raptors and take a look at theirs. And number 3 starter Tom Riddle is at 100%. Moving over here to the uh, relievers, Paul is at 100%. Rogers Jr. is at 100%. 80% tired for Jenkins Miller. 100% rested here for Hamburger. Timmy at 87%, and Armour at 100%. So basically, it looks like everybody here is 87% or higher in the stamina for Boise side. So they're looking pretty good in the bullpen section. Let me go ahead and go back over here to the chat and see if we have any settings here to change. And I do have a thing here. Thank you for letting me know about that, Enoch. All right, so there we go. Petra asking for stamina. We are trying steel. All right, let's see here. Set hamburger to none specified and avoid high leverage. We can do that. There you go. We'll move him down here to the other none specified. Anything else you'd like, Petra? Let me look over here at demons. Demons. All right, so demons are with another change. We'll go ahead and fix the demons one here. And demons are saying put Lewis at normal. So we'll put Lewis at normal usage. There we go. And Palmer at use less. Palmer at use less. There we are. And can I check Dirk for you? Absolutely. Dirk is at 58% slightly tired. And all right, so it looks like Raptors are good. We're going to check back over here with the Demons and see if they wanted to make any changes here in their pitching or anything like that. Just waiting on work from Dirk. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and pull up the matchup for Game 3. And if we could get a prediction going here, started for game number 3 as we wait on final confirmation.
I think they just did.
Yep, and Demons do give
Did I
me
miss?
the thumbs up. They are good now on their settings for game number 3. So both teams have checked in. They're all set to go. Game number 3, the advantage here looks like it's going to be for Walker Cato, 62 overall versus Tom Riddle, who's at 68, which is interesting.
Might be a false 68 because he might be set to reliever.
Oh, that's what it is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you're now that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and pull back up my Twitch window here. We'll see if we have any predictions going to take a look at, and it looks
I
like
think the prediction happened already, right? I saw something.
let's see here. Oh
Early.
yes. Okay, so the submissions are closed, and it looks like under 18.5, and this was hits total, right? Is that right?
If I saw a
Over
glimpse
under
of it
hits,
before.
yes. 18.5, 46% for over, 54% for under. And so we're going to get started now with game number 3. Now we're playing in Boise at home for these next 3 games. And starting off with Danny B, hot hitter Danny B is our first batter up for the Detroit Demons. Here we go. And pitcher comes set. Danny B hitting to third base, and look at him leg it out there. The third baseman didn't even try and make the throw. And look at Danny go. Look at Danny go. Didn't even slide in. No throw at all. Gets the steal at second, standing up. Wow. And that one's going to be an infield flyout just about to the shortstop out number 1. Let's look at Danny go at third. Look at him. Wow, Danny B is a beast. Already at third. And we're going to check swing strikeout here for our second out from Jatchenberg. Haywood Dinkle, can he capitalize on all this work Danny B has done? Dinkle striking out as well. Danny B will be left at third as Boise now coming up with the bottom of the first, able to hold on there to stop Danny B. The strikeout looking here for Toot Bland. That'll bring up Bridget Westfall with 1 out. Westfall to the shortstop, throws across, makes the play. Sacks Justice now with 2 outs. Justice. And this will drop in shallow left field. That'll be a base hit. 1 on, 2 outs for Johnny Pluto. Pluto, oh, look at him go. Justice sliding in with the steal. Runner in scoring position now for Johnny Pluto. Pluto right to the first baseman. Runs over, makes the tag, and that will retire the side. Top of the second we go. Blamo up now. And Blamo striking out. Crashwagon. Carlos Crashwagon. Looks like they got hit. Yes, they were clipped there, and they'll take their base. 1 on, 1 out. Stacking paper, striking out. Jet Jaguar. Jaguar right to the pitcher, goes to first, makes the play, and that will retire the side. Bottom of the second we go now. Boise, still no runs here from either team, only 1 hit. And this will be a towering shot towards deep center field, makes the catch at the warning track, out number 1. Strikeout from Andrew Orm, and now Petra Sabor with 2 outs. And Petra will take the walk here. 1 on, 2 outs for Radiance Ham. Ham to the third baseman, and they're going to throw all the way across, make the play, and retire the side. That'll take us now to the top of the third, still 0-0, and here comes Enoch.
We'll have Berserker leading off. We'll have Berserker leading off with a strikeout. And with Danny B coming up next against Tom Riddle. And there's a grounder to the third baseman and no throw, so Danny B gets himself a infield single. Nicky Dimes grounds out to the second baseman. Danny B moves up to second. Drakenberg with a little tapper back to the pitcher, and he'll be thrown out for the third out of the top of the third.
Danny B denied again.
Danny B denied. The only one doing work. Shake my head. Beecham will lead off with a ground out to the shortstop. Toot Bland up next, and he'll fly this to deep center, and it'll be caught by the center fielder. Bridget Westfall up, and that is a base hit into the gap, and that should be a double at least. And she'll have a stand-up double. Sex Justice will strike out against Walker Cato. So, and Dinko will lead this off on the top of the fourth with a single against Tom Riddle. And a shallow fly ball by Jimmy Blamo for the first out. And with Crashwagon coming up, and he will take a walk. So it's first and second, 1 out for Ben Stacking Paper. Stacking Paper grounds out to the first baseman, 1, and not in time for 2. So that's just a force out. And a pitch out against the Stacking Paper, and they'll get him.
Wow.
Great play there, and that will end the inning, end the threat. We move to the bottom of the fourth. No run still. And a little ground ball to the second baseman from Pluto for the first out. Barna will strike out, swinging. And that is a base hit by Orem through the first and second baseman. 2 on, 1 out, and that is a grounder by Sabor, and they'll go the short way to the second. And that will be it for the bottom of the fourth. Still no runs, so 3 hits aside from 3 hits apiece for each side, as Jaguar will strike out to lead off the inning. Berserker grounds out for the second out. Danny B, red hot Danny B, will strike out swinging against Tom Riddle.
defense has
great
been
pitching.
really crisp tonight so far. Wow.
Just defense crisp and great pitching so far. So 3 up, 3 down. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Radiance Hams leading it off. Ground out to the shortstop. First out. Beecham. That is a fairly deep fly ball to left, but that will be caught by Drakenberg for the second out. To Bland up the middle for a base hit. So that's a 2-out single for Bland as Bridget Westfall comes up. She will ground out to Danny B, and that will be it. So little base hits here and there, but nothing to show for from each team. As Nikki Dimes will get this into the corner, and that's a leadoff double for Nikki Dimes. Drakenberg up, and that is a wild pitch or pass ball, whichever one it is. And that is a base hit from Drakenberg, and that would knock in Nikki Dimes, and that will be the first run of the game. Was 1-0 Detroit. As Drakenberg will be thrown out.
They got him.
Trying to steal. And Dinko will hit a shallow fly ball to left, and that's 2 outs now. Blammo will hit a little tapper to the catcher. It'll be thrown out at first. But Detroit takes the lead 1-0, and that could be huge in a type of game like this.
Definitely.
Sax Justice will fly out to right for the first out on the bottom of the 6th. And that is a diving stop by Danny B, but cannot corral it. And Pluto will get himself an infield single. And Bartnar will get it ground out to a forced play. And Allrum will ground out to the shortstop, and that is it. So Boise gets another base runner on, but cannot get them home. We'll move to Detroit on the top of the 7th with Crash Wagon leading off, getting past a diving Orem for a single. Stacking paper up against Matthew Paul now in the game. And he will fly out to center, or left center really, for the first out. Jaguar coming up, and that is a fly ball to shallow right for the second out. Berserker coming up, bottom of the order, and he will strike out looking. So still 1-0, wow. Detroit over Boise. Sabor will ground out to second. Nope, just kidding. Fumble.
Fumble.
What just happened?
Strikeout.
Looks like it's a strikeout, and then Sabor will
look at that.
deal.
Wow.
Oh, she has thrown out a third. Oh no. And that is oh my goodness.
Wow.
And Beecham will strike out looking, and that is it for Boise. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And here we go, top of the 8th, just like the minor league World Series earlier. Not sure if you guys catch that one, but right at the very end there, the runner should have gone from third and gone home. And in this case, it was the exact opposite. It cost them there. As now we already have runners at the corners. Runner going to second. I think they got him out.
No, safe.
No, both runners at scoring position. No, boy, Juice is base now. And here we go. Haywood Dinkle, and they'll walk home or run. Oh, crap. Infield playing infielder still. Infield still in. This one past the third baseman, and this is going to score 3 maybe here. There's 1, there's 2. No, runner stays at third, and that's a 2 RBI double from Jimmy Blammo. Carlos Crashwagon now. They still keep the pitcher in, and they will get the strikeout on Crashwagon. Ben Stacking Paper, 1 on, 2 out, or 2 on, 1 out. That one's down the right field line, and that's going to score 2 more. And oh boy, Detroit blowing it open here, 4-0 now, top of the 8th. Runner in second. This one hit to the pitcher, goes across, makes the play at first, and now we have runner at third, 2 outs. And fly out towards foul territory right side is caught, but Detroit gets 5 on the board, now leads 6-0. Boise needs to get something going here, but they're at the top of the lineup, and let's see how Toot Bland does to start us off, as they'll get a leadoff strikeout. Riding dirty in for Detroit. This one a line out to first baseman, and Westfall is out. Sax Justice now with 2 outs. Sax Justice and the shortstop going way out to make the play, but the third baseman gets it, and that retires the side. 1-2-3 inning. Boise has 3 outs remaining. Can Detroit pad their lead here? Already up by 6. Check swing strikeout from Danny B. That'll bring up Nicholson Dimes. Dimes past the first baseman, and Dimes will get on with a base hit. 1 on, 1 out now for Dratchenberg. And Dimes going to second. They're going to be safe. Runner in scoring position now. Dratchenberg towering shot towards right field, and that is out of here. A
Oh,
two-run blast, and Detroit
Out of
expands their
the
lead
park.
now and makes the score 8-0. A 5-hit shutout of the Raptors in progress here. Boise needs to get out of this inning, and that's the way to do it there, hitting right to first base in for out number 2. And this is going to be an infield flyout for the third out. And last chance here for Boise. Oh boy, Pluto, Bodnar, Aram.
they
Can
have
they
to
be
put
the
up a
heroes
spot.
of this series here? They need to get something going. Down by 6, and that'll be a leadoff strikeout here. Right and dirty, trying to get them through this inning. Another strikeout from Bodnar, and here we go. AU Gold, if you're in chat, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, and you're up. And this one's going to be dropped in front of the left fielder, and Andrew Oram getting on base. Petra's aboard now, 1 on, 2 outs. Petra striking out, and that's going to do it as the Detroit Demons win Game 3 and take the 2-1 advantage now in the World Series. Wow. And again, another game where a big rally, five-run rally, it was able to blow it open. These big rallies are the game breakers here, it seems like, in the World Series. Let's go ahead and take a look at our batting here. Starting off with Detroit, several multi-hit games here at the top of the lineup. We do have 2 for Danny B, 3 runs, 3 hits for Nicholson Dimes, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Jatchenberg. Over on the other side for Boise, only single hits for them except for Andrew Oram, who has 2. Pitching for Detroit, Walker Cato gets her second win of the postseason, with Right and Dirty their first save, and Boise's Tom Riddle taking their first loss of the postseason. Player of the game is Arno Dratchenberg. So there we go. 3 games are in the books. We're going to go ahead and move on to game number 4 and take a look at our fatigue here for these pitchers. And we're going to start off with Detroit. Their next scheduled pitcher is Dirk Diglett, and Diglett is at 99% rested. And just in case you want to know, Vaughn is at 60% slightly tired. Moving over here to the relievers, 64% for Dirty, who was in that last game, 100% for Jensen Crenshaw, 100% for Lewis, 100% for Pepe, and 66% for Palmer. So it looks like Dirty and Palmer are the 2 on the Demon side that need some rest, but you still have those other 3 there. We're going to move on to the Boise Raptors now. Their scheduled number 1 starter is Andrew Lucas, who is at 100% rested. Just so you can take a look here at the other pitcher, Shank Daly is at 53% slightly tired. Moving over here to the relievers, 38% tired for Paul, 100% for Rogers Jr., Miller at 91%, Timmy at 62%, McDonald's Hamburger at 100%, and finally Armour at 100%. So there you go. There is the stats for both teams. Let me just make sure I do a file save here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Discord and see if we have any changes for Game 4.
Let us know if that's actually the change that you want, or are you guys just discussing it.
Right, yeah, I'd hate to change it and be like, oh, no, we didn't want that.
I've never seen a team actually discuss the thing within the playoff
Right?
server, but
That's funny. Yeah, it looks like I got a delivery at the front door. I'll take care of that in just a second.
you have a few. Raptors look like they.
Yep, let me move over here, Raptors.
Changes,
we'll take a look while we're
no
waiting
changes.
No changes. All right, good. So Petra's good.
All right. Let's
Demons?
put Lewis back to use more.
All right, so we can take
for-
care of that for them. And we'll switch over here and do Demons and Lewis. And there we go. Use more often. Any other changes?
And
Demons would
there
like?
is a prediction going on, guys. If nobody is paying attention, who wins Game 4? So.
Oh yeah, so go ahead and get those in.
Don't miss that.
If you want to get those predictions, at about a minute left on the prediction there. Detroit, the big beneficiary right now.
We got a thumbs up from Dirk.
All right, so it looks like Demons are good and Raptors are good. So we are good for Game 4. Excellent. So let's go ahead and look at the matchup here for Game 4.
Prediction seems very long. Okay.
So the first game, Dirk Diglett won this one, and we're going to see if Andrew Lucas can try and tie this up. Demons up by 1 right now. And let me go ahead and take a look at the prediction here, see if that is wrapped up. And we got, wow, they must have done a really long one on this one. I still see 2 minutes left on the timer here.
Oh goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Okay.
right now,
Wow.
looking like Detroit,
I was gonna say, I was like, it looks like it's moving down really slow. It just, I don't. It
it
should have
must have
been
been
only
set at
2 minutes.
like, yeah, let me put my mouse
Oh,
up against the line, see how far it moves.
sorry. Expect the changes to take longer. Just keep it at like the normal 2 minutes. They'll be fine.
Right.
So.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, yeah, it's barely moving. It does look like it does match up with the time that's remaining there. So we have a little over a minute left in your predictions here. Right now it's 2-1. Oh, let me fix the top text there, and we'll switch this over here to that. There we go. And we have about 45 seconds left. If you want to get in your prediction for game number 4, right now it's Detroit at 76%, Boise at 24%. Wow, is that right? 43,000 channel points in for Detroit right now. We're almost at 60,000 channel points total. Get your prediction in. 30 seconds left for game number 4 of this series. Detroit up 2-1. Boise needs to tie it up here. They do have 2 more games at home, so they do have this one. If they can tie it up, they can get a 3-2 lead and go back into Detroit and hopefully take one of those last 2. But Detroit, if they're able to get one here, they will be able to move back home for that game 6. Unless they take I guess the game 5 as well, they could do that one and it'll be over. But but Boise needs to win one here to either this one or game number 5 to be able to stay alive here. All right, so looks like our predictions have 10 seconds left. If you want to get in the last second here, we do have about 65,000 channel points in right now for this one. And I think we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Game number 4.
Yep.
And so Danny B is our first batter up. Detroit up 2-1. And Enoch, take us away.
All right, Danny B will be leading off against Andrew Lucas. And Danny will ground out to Beecham for the first out of the game. And Nicky Dimes coming up, and he will line this to the left fielder for the second out. Drakenberg, Red Hot Drakenberg, will pop up to the third baseman in foul territory. And that is the end of the first inning for Detroit. And that is Blant leading off, and he'll ground out to the first baseman. First out. And that is a grounder to... and Westfall will beat this out for an infield single. That Justice coming up, and grounder to 1-2. Double play. And that is it for Raptors. Top of the second we go. Dinkel will strike out swinging to lead off the inning. Lammo, strikeout swinging. So Lucas off to a good start so far, and a ground ball to the third baseman from second paper. And that is a quick 1-2-3 for Detroit. Boise coming up. Pluto will ground out to the second baseman. First out. Bodner will ground out to the second baseman. Second out. Aurum coming up against Diglett. And Aurum will strike out swinging. So, yeah, that was a fast 2 innings.
It sure was. Wow. All right, well, top of third we go. Bottom third of the order for Detroit here. And then we'll get started here with Carlos Crashwagon. He hit a single up the middle. And that'll bring up Jet Jaguar. No outs. 1 on. Jaguar is striking out there. Berserker now. Berserker hit hard towards center field. What a catch by the center fielder. Didn't have to move really far. Line drive right to him. This is a 6. Oh, they do get the play there at second.
It's third out. It's a third out.
Yeah, it was the third out, right. So, bottom of the third we go. Here we go, Boise. Both teams only 1 hit, no runs scored. This one hit to the third baseman, and Petra Sabor's thrown out. Radiance Ham now. Ham, another play to third baseman. Throws all the way across and gets the play, out number 2. And Beecham to the second baseman, and they make the play, a 1-2-3 inning. And Dirk Diglett having another great outing here so far. Actually, both pitchers are. Andrew Lucas, both teams only with 1 hit, no runs, and that looked like a walk there to Nicholson Dimes, and we'll get a leadoff runner here. Dratchenberg, line drive to the center fielder, out number 1. Haywood Dinkle, and they're going to go for second, and Nicholson Dimes got thrown out. Wow. So no runner at second, and Dinkle will take a walk here. That'll bring up Blammo. Blammo towards the gap on the left side, and this could score a run. They're getting over to the ball. They're finally throwing it. Here they come. No throw directly home to the replay, and that's going to be an RBI triple. It is now 1-0 Detroit, and this one's to the gap on the right side. And that's going to be another base hit. Stack of paper makes it now 2-0. And Raptors in trouble here early, as this one's going to be a fly out to left field, and that will finally retire the side. They do give up 2, but bottom of the 4th we go now. Top of their order, Tootland. And this one hit right to third baseman, way in near the grass there, able to all the way across. Fly out here towards right center field. That one is caught, out number 2. And a strikeout, and another 1-2-3 inning, and Dirk Diglett getting it done. Top of the 5th now, and we'll get a leadoff walk here for Jaguar, and here comes Berserker. Jaguar going to second, and Jaguar is going to be safe. Their 4th stolen base of the postseason. This one's over the second baseman's head, and oh boy, big trouble as this run's coming home, and that's going to be an RBI single from Berserker, and that takes us now to the top of the order. No outs, 1 on for Danny B. Danny B, towering shot towards left field. Danny B, and that is out of here. A 2-run blast.
Out of
Danny
the
B
park.
with her 2nd home run of the World Series puts the Detroit Demons on top, 5-0. Boise in trouble here. They got to shut this down as that one gets to the gap on the right side, and Nicholson Dimes gets on. Dratchenberg, still no outs here. This is crazy. Dratchenberg will finally fly out for out number 1. Haywood Dinkle, and they're going to second, and it looks like they got thrown out. Wow, another throw out. And what a play. And look at this towering fly ball caught at the warning track. And
that looked a lot deeper than
right?
than
Toot Bland is on fire with the throws from the catcher position this series. Wow. But they do get 3 more. Detroit does. It is 5-0 now. Boise trying to get something going. This one hit to the first baseman, out number 1. Vladimir Bodnar now. Shortstop gets this one, scoops it up, throws over to first, out number 2. And this looks like a flyout towards left center field. Andrew Oram is out, 1-2-3 inning. And after we're halfway through the game now, in the 6th inning, Detroit is up by 5. And this one hit to the shortstop for out number 1. Stack of paper, and that dropped. What a weird play. The left fielder looked like he ran away from the ball at first. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but that looked really weird. This one hit to the second baseman, gets the out of first, but the runner does advance. Tapper to the third baseman, throws across, makes the play, but the runner, that was the 3rd out, so the runner does not score. Bottom of the 6th we go now. Boise needs to get some runs here, as we get a leadoff strikeout from Petra Sabor. Radiant's Ham to the second baseman, and that'll be out number 2. And Beecham now with 2 outs. Beecham striking out, and oh boy, Dirk Diglett still way in the bottom of the green area in their stamina through 6 innings, is able to hold on and retire that side. Top of the 7th we go. Leadoff strikeout here from Berserker, and here we go, Danny B, the hero of the Demons so far this series, and Danny B, towering shot towards center field over the head of the center fielder, bounces against the wall. They're going for 3, and they're able to slide it easily with a triple. Danny B's 2nd triple of the series. And this one's going to be a flat to right field. Danny B tags and the throw, and Danny B comes home safe. Danny B is safe with the sacrifice fly, and it is now 6-0. Dratchenberg, this is going to be an infield flyout towards the third baseman. That will retire the side. Stretch time now. Detroit up by 6. 9 outs remaining for Boise. And here we go. Top of their order. Tootland. Tapper to the third baseman. Throws over to first. Gets the play out number 1. Bridget Westfall. Through the gap on the right side. And that'll be a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Sacks Justice. Zach's Justice towering shot towards deep center field. That will be caught though. Runner does not tag. They stay at first, and Johnny Pluto now with 1 on, 2 out. Pluto and a foul territory left side. Catcher makes the play. Side is retired. Top of the 8th we go. Enoch 6-0 Detroit.
All right, and we will have Dinko leading off, grounding out to the second baseman for the first out. Blammo up against Timmy, and he will strike out swinging. Stacking Paper will hit a little ground ball, and there'll be no throw. It's an infield single by Stacking Paper. Crash Wagon up, and a great jump by Stacking Paper, stealing second. And that is a walk for Crash Wagon, so 2 on, 2 out for Jaguar. As Derek Rogers Jr. comes in to relief, and he will strike out Jaguar to end the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th we go. Bartnard grounds out to the shortstop. First out. Andrew Oram coming up. Oram will sky this to shallow left for the second out. Sabor coming up. And that is a ground ball past a diving third baseman, and she will slide in for a double.
Nice hit.
With Radiant's Ham coming up. Ham will hit this choice to shortstop, and that is a error.
Fumble
and
bumble.
Ham will move to second. Sabor comes home. 6-1 Detroit. Beecham up now against Duckworth Lewis. And that is a strikeout from Lewis. And that is it for Boise as we move to the top of the 9th. Detroit as Berserker strikes out, and then Danny B pops out into foul territory. Nicky Dimes will ground out to the second baseman. So a quick 1-2-3 for the Demons, and Boise will get their last lick at the bottom of the 9th as Toot Bland leads off with a walk against Duckworth Lewis. Bridget Westfall will will strike out looking. First out. Zach's Justice will swing and strike out swinging. Last lick, Johnny Pluto will hit a shallow fly ball to right, and that is it. Detroit takes a 3-1 series lead, winning 2 in Boise now.
Wow.
That is huge right now.
Huge.
That is huge, with 1 more game in Boise and 2 more in Detroit, if needed. Let's take a look at the betting side. On Detroit, we have Danny B yet again, 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. What a dominant series he has been so far. Stacking Paper over 3 for 4 day and an RBI as well. On Boise's side, Bridget Westfall is the only one that had a multiple hit day. 2 for 4, but really no runs at all from the team. Dirk Diglett moved to 3-0 in the postseason. 7 2/3 inning, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 109 pitch. What a game! Duckworth Lewis closes it off. 1 inning and a third with 3 strikeouts. On Boise's side, Lucas takes the loss. Had another rough outing. 5 earned run over 6 innings. Timmy and Derek Ross came in to relieve. They gave up a run over 3 innings. Player of the game is Dirk Diglett. No surprise there.
Wow.
And yeah. So Detroit doing what they're supposed to do. Pitching well. They're getting on base. They're swiping bases whenever they can. And really getting, I feel like a lot of these runs are kind of clumped into 1 inning. When you let go of 1, it just kind of
it just
a few more
going.
follows.
Yeah. There's a real blast from the past. The first ever Dallas Dynamo's draft pick, season 13, Mr. Stinnett. Hello, Mr. Stinnett. Haven't seen you in a while in chat. It's good to have you back with us. Let's go ahead and move on now to our next game and take a look at the pitching and the stamina. See if there's any changes the teams would like to do. And we'll start off here with the Demons. And taking a look at their pitching, their next scheduled starter is Ricky Vaughn, who is at 100% rested. Just to let you know, Walker Cato is at 26% and Diglett is at 0. Looking at the relievers, Dirty is at 82%, Jensen Crenshaw at 100%, Duckworth Lewis 64%, Sad Pepe at 100%, and Thomas Palmer at 100%. Moving on now to the Boise Raptors pitching. Next scheduled starter is Cenk Daly, and Daly is at 85% there rested. Tom Riddle at 28%, and Andrew Lucas is at 0%. Over here on the reliever side, 71% from Matty Paul. Rogers Jr. has 93%. Jenkins Miller at 96%. Timmy at 16%. McDonald's Hamburger at 100%. And then Armour at 100%. So there we go. There is our stamina for the pitchers for both teams. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Discord and see if we have any updates
We have
here.
yeah, Boise wants to move Hamburger back at middle relief, use less often.
Okay, we can take care of that.
And predictions for Game 5 is up. Who will win Game 5? So go and predict.
Middle relief. Use less often. We'll drag them up here with the other middle relievers. There you go, Petra. And let me look over here at Demon, see if they have any changes.
Unless let it ride. Oh,
Ducky and Lewis back both to
Ducky
normal.
and Lewis.
All right, we can take care of that.
Isn't Ducky and Lewis the same person? Oh.
Right? Yeah, Duckworth Lewis. Yeah, it is the same person. Palmer
Dirk.
and Lewis. Okay.
Come on, Dirk.
Okay, so let's see here. So they want Palmer
Dirk.
and Lewis.
Dirk doesn't even know his own teammates.
All right, so let's see here.
Head.
There's Lewis at normal, and Palmer. There's
trying to cheat, trying to make us clone players.
All right, there you go, Demons. Is there anything else we can help you with there in that settings? And Raptors as well. Petra, if you have anything else you'd like me to change, I'll be happy to do that for you. We'll give both teams about 60 seconds, 90 seconds more.
Dirk, is that right? Oh, what you see? Just give us a thumbs up. And Ducky is so good, he's in twice. Yes.
All right, so Demons say we are good. Now we're just waiting on Raptors. And while we're doing that, let me go ahead and take a look at our predictions here and see how that's going. And who wins Game 5? And we have about a minute left in the predictions. Boise at 20%, Detroit at 80%. Boise needs to win every single game here on out. Their backs are up against the wall. Detroit needs to just win one of these next 3 games. So Boise, it's in your court here. You are playing at home. This would be a great way to switch the momentum here to win this last game at home and carry that into Detroit. But we'll just have to see. Detroit is playing really well offensively, pitching wise too. I mean, a complete package here just about. Boise been shut down just about every game except for that one that they did win. But the submissions are closed now. Detroit at 80%. And Boise at 20%. And look at this. We have 140,000 TPE in here. 14 million PBE bucks worth is on the line. That's almost a full Hall of Fame tier equipment purchase there. But we are going to get started now with game number 5. And did I update the thingy here? No, I did not. Let me fix the top text real quick. Whoops. There we go. All right, so game number 5. We're going to get started here. Our first batter up should be Danny B. Let's pull this back up. Look at the pitching here. We do have the tie again with Vaughn and Cenk Daly. And we're going to get started. Danny B, our first batter up, game number 4. Oh, let me just, since we do some changes, let me do that real quick. All right, for real this time. Danny B, leadoff batter. Game number 5. Demons up 3-1. Here we go. And this one to the gap in center. Danny B is going to start us off with a leadoff single. Danny B doing so well for the Demons. And look at that. Danny B is just, he's like a speedster out there. The Flash running so fast. And that's going to be a walk. Now we have 2 on for Dratchenberg. Daly in possible trouble here. They get the 4, the 6, but not the 3. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. Runner going to second. They're going to be safe. 2 runners in scoring position now. This one's a tap into third. They go to first. They're unable to make the play. The runner comes home. That is a RBI single. Runners at the corners now. Lambo coming up. And Boise in big trouble here as this one's hit. Towering shot towards right field. That is caught. And the throw. He is coming home. And just barely safe. And it is now 2-0 Detroit. Runner first, 2 outs. And they will get the strikeout here. So Boise able to contain the damage. But Detroit gets 2 on the board. Boise's turn now. Tuplan. And Tuplan's going to fly out here towards left center field. That is out number 1. Bridget Westfall now. And Westfall, that looked like it hit him. Yes, it did. That was a hit batter. This one going to the third baseman, the 5, the 4, and they get the 3. The double play from the Detroit Demons. They're able to get out of that inning. And it is now top of the second, bottom third of the order for Detroit. Leadoff strikeout for Crashwagon, and that'll bring up Jet Jaguar. Jaguar, and this will be a fly out towards right field, out number 2. Cold hitter Berserker, and this is going to be an infield flyout, and this is going to retire the side. Boise coming up now, bottom of the second we go. Middle of their lineup, Pluto, Bodnar, and Aura. Pluto's going to fly out here towards center field. That is the first out. Vladimir Bodnar, and that looked like a bobble there from the... No, they got him. They got him at first. That's out number 2. And a strikeout. So they get out of that inning again, and we now move to the top of the third. 2-0 Detroit with Enoch.
And Detroit coming back up at the top of the lineup. Danny B leading off against Shank Daly. And Danny B will hit a fly ball to center, and that will be caught for the first out. Nicky Dimes coming up, and he would take a walk. 1 on, 1 out for Drakenberg, and Nicky Dimes takes off, and he's out.
Whoa.
Too bland, throwing Nicky Dimes out, and that is a ground ball to Beecham, and Drakenberg is out. So, yeah, technically a 1-2-3 inning, I guess.
Right.
but yeah, so that's what Raptors needed. But Sabor will ground out to second baseman for the first out. Radiant's Ham coming up, and a check swing strikeout, second out of the inning with Parker Beecham coming up against Ricky Vaughn, and Beecham will strike out, and that's it for Raptors. Dinko leading off for Detroit, and he'll ground out for the first out. Blammo ground out to the third baseman for the second out. Stacking paper will strike out against Daly. And we move to the bottom of the fourth. Raptors got to get something going here.
Right.
Top of the lineup, Tuplan leading off, and I guess a fly ball to the catcher for first out. Westfall will strike out, swinging for the second out. Justice will hit a infield pop up to the second baseman, and that's it. They cannot get anything going. Crashwagon leading off, and that is a ground ball to Beecham, first out. Jaguar coming up, a cold Jaguar now. A ground ball to Beecham, and that is the second out. Berserker will ground out. Nope, they beat it. They beat it. An infield single back towards to the pitcher. But it doesn't matter. Danny B will strike out, swinging to end the top of the fifth. We move to the bottom of the fifth, 2-0 Detroit.
Still no hits.
Pluto coming up, and Pluto will hit this one deep, but it'll be caught at the warning track by the right fielder. Bartner coming up, and Bartner will get this into the gap, so no more. Bartner with a stand-up double for Boise's first hit. Oram, and no, before that, Bartner was still...
Uh-oh, you there?
Kind of froze. My screen kind of froze there, so I'm not... Yeah, everything just kind of froze. Give me a second. It's kind of caught up. So something happened, and we're moving to the top of the sixth. Inning over. Yeah, my screen just froze there, and Nicky Dimes lead off of a... Did he get hit? Or
I think
anyway,
so.
Dimes... Oh my goodness, he gets thrown out again. Somebody should make him stop running. Trachtenberg will hit this one deep, and that is gone. A solo shot. 3-0.
Out of the park.
Drakenberg puts Detroit up 3-0. Would have been 4-0 if Nicky didn't run, but
Right.
Dinkos will get this one past the second baseman for a single. It was 1-on-1 out for Blamo. Blamo will sky this one deep, and that's over the center fielder's head. And that is going to be a triple.
Oh.
Did he? Oh, they got him. They got him at home.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a heck of a throw.
Wow. They threw him out at home to keep the game 3-0. Oh, goodness.
That was crazy.
Ham will ground out to the shortstop for the first out. Beecham up next, and that is a base hit for Beecham through the second baseman. 1-on-1 out for Bland, and Bland will hit this one deep. This one is back. This one is gone.
That's what they needed.
Run for two Bland. That's what they needed. 3-2. Raptors staying alive here. Bridget Westfall is up, and she'll take a walk. 1-on-1 out for Justice. Justice will ground out 1-2. Double play to end the bottom of the 6th. We move to the top of the 7th. Crash Wagon, Jaguar, and Berserker coming up for Detroit. And Matthew Paul coming in to pitch, and he'll strike out Crash Wagon for the first out. Jaguar coming in. A weak ground ball to third, and it's the second out. Berserker up next, and Berserker will fly out to left. So a quick inning again. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 Detroit. Boise's has to try to do something now, and that is a leadoff single by Johnny Pluto.
That's how you do it.
Harner coming up. Right on Dirty coming into the game in relief.
Oh.
And that is a base hit by Bartner, and Pluto will make it to third, first and third, no out, and Bartner will steal second and third for Oram. Oram skies this one deep, back to the warning track. It'll be caught, but that will be a sac fly, and the game is tied at 3 now. Andrew Oram with the sac fly to tie the game at 3. Petra Sabor, and that is a pass ball, wild pitch.
Bumble.
But okay, don't step on first. But Radiant Ham will count out to the third baseman for the third out. So they tie the game at 3. We're moving to the top of the 8th. LBG.
And here we go. Danny B starting us off for the Demons. Top of the 8th we go. And Danny B is going to fly out to left field here. This will be out number 1. Boise coming on strong as of late and able to tie it up here. See if they can hold on to get up here in the bottom of the 8th and break the tie as they're able to get the strikeout for out number 2. Drachenberg towards the gap on the right side. They're going to get at least a double. They're going for 3. And they went for the relay rather than throwing directly to third. That was the difference. As they're able to get a triple here. But the strikeout, and that'll retire the side, leaving the runner at third. Boise now, bottom of the 8th they go. Tied the game up the last inning. Let's see if they can break the lead here as Beecham gets out for out number 1. Tuplan hits to third baseman for the second out. And now Bridget Westfall. Westfall will take the walk and sacks Justice. 1 on, 2 outs. Need to get something going here. And sacks Justice takes a strikeout looking. And that'll retire the side. Top of the 9th we go. Still tied. Detroit. Can they get something going here? And this is a towering shot towards right field. And that is out of here. 422 feet.
Out of the park.
Gets a Blamo home run and breaks the tie 4-3. And it is trouble for Boise now as they got to shut this down and try to get something going in the bottom of the 9th. And there we go. Stacking paper with the strikeout. And a strikeout from Crash Wagon as well. 2 outs now. Cold hitter Jet Jaguar. And Jet Jaguar takes a walk. 1 out. Or excuse me, 1 on, 2 out for Berserker. And Jaguar, they thought about it. It was a pass ball, and they're going to move on to second anyway.
Bumble.
And we're going to walk here from Berserker. And oh boy, Danny B with 2 on, 2 out. This could be dangerous here. Danny B, towering shot towards deep center
Oh,
field, and that is out of here. A 3-run blast, 435
oh
feet from
goodness.
Out
Danny
of the
B in the
park.
top of the ninth, and that is 4 runs now to make the score 7-3 Detroit. And Boise in big trouble here as that one's hit to the first base, and they do make the play and get out of the inning. But Danny B again, the hero for Detroit, getting it done offensively. Here we go. Boise, last chance here, down by 4. And we're going to get a leadoff strikeout from Pluto. Backs against the wall here. Do or die. Vladimir Bodnar, 1 out. Bodnar striking out. Last chance. AU Gold. Andrew Oram. 2 outs. Down by 4. Andrew Oram, towering shot, right
Oh,
field, and that is out of
oh,
here.
he's
A
not going
single
home
run
yet.
blast, and
Oh,
it is 7-4 Boise as they're able to hang on with 2 outs and get a
Out
run.
of the park.
Oh boy. And Petra Sabor, head GM of the Boise Raptors, down to Petra. Can they get it done? Petra to the second baseman, and that's going to do it
oh,
as the Detroit Demons are your season 29 pro baseball experience Major League World Series champions. Wow. What a
that
game.
is that is one heck of a game, and congratulations to the Demons on their first World Series title.
Wow. Let's just take a second before we take a look at this box score. Let's just take a second and talk about um, not only was the Demons' offense just so not just with the base hitting, but with the stealing too. I mean, if we scroll down here, we look at this postseason stealing total. Look at this: 17 stolen bases, 5, 11, 14, 9, 7, 6, 2, 5.
I've said it for a while. Like, stolen bases are huge.
Yes,
They're
especially for small ball.
absolutely huge.
If you're playing
And
a small ball strategy, that is like your bread and butter right there.
I do believe in, yeah, I believe in that a lot, and that's how that Detroit team is structured on pitching, defense, and small ball, and it wins you a lot. It can actually win you a lot, and a lot of times, like, I mean, a two plan can only throw out people so many times, and um, I think in the end it's just the team that hits, and in this case, Detroit. I mean, look at the top three.
Right.
Danny B with a batting 253, Nicky Dimes 339, and Drakenberg 333. I mean, just up top, but you can't stop those three. You know, they're getting on base, scoring on you early. They just keep pressing, and then eventually something got to give. And I mean, and on Boise's side, it just wasn't enough. There was just really like it just wasn't enough hitting, um and that's the
I, I
difference there.
I think that the difference here as well is if you look at the top 6 hitters here for Detroit, once you get down here to about Crash Wagon, it kind of starts falling off. But you get over here to Boise, and you get up here to Bodnar, and except for Orem here, it kind of drops off a little bit further than what Detroit's did, and I think that basically was the difference. Is
Mhm.
once Detroit was able to get past like the number 5 hitter for Boise, it was pretty much smooth sailing getting through like a whole next inning. They knew that they could probably get 3 strikeouts or get 3 easy outs in that inning, and when you add that up over 3 times, 4 times they have to go through that lineup. That sets up a lot of opportunities where it's a 1, 2, 3 inning and it's over, and you just cleared out 1/3 of the lineup without really having to do
Mhm.
much. And unfortunately for
It,
Boise, I think that when you go up against Dirk Diglett and Ricky Vaughn, both of them just having amazing postseasons. Having games where you were only getting 1 run the entire game, 2 runs the entire game. It's really hard to compete with that. Not just from the lack of hitting side, but you see like Ricky Vaughn getting those 12 strikeouts. That was huge. That basically cost Boise the game. They're not even able to get the hits. The Demons didn't really have to rely on their defense as much. Didn't have to worry about the big plays as much. Because you're getting out a third of the batters, just right there, almost half the batters. So let's go ahead and take a look here at our box score here for our final game of this series. Looking at Detroit batting, Danny B with 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs has to be, if not Dirk Diglett, Danny B has to be our MVP of this series. We'll take a look at that in a second, though. Further on down, we have 2 hits each from Jatchenberg, Dinkel, and Blamo, with 2 RBIs from Blamo as well. Over on the Boise side, a hit and 2 RBIs from Tootbland, 2 hits from Bodnar, and 2 RBIs from Andrew Oram. On the pitching end for Detroit, Ricky Vaughn, the no decision, with Riding Dirty getting their 3rd win and first blown save. Over on the other side for Boise, Daily no decision, with Matthew Paul getting their first loss of the postseason in relief. Player of the game is Danny B. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at our playoff coverage and see who our MVP is, and it's going to be Danny B. Danny B of the Detroit Demons is your World Series MVP for season 29. So congratulations to Danny B and the Detroit Demons. Let's take a look at Danny B's stats for the playoffs. 22 at-bats, 10 hits, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, batting a slash line of 455, 478, and 1,091. Oh my goodness. Looking over here at this other side, there's nowhere in the slugging end anywhere as close as Danny B. All hitting at like 500 or less over here for the Raptors. So Danny B doing an amazing job. And look at this, Draftenberg at 800 slugging as well.
Just cool 455 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and get the index updated here for everybody. Let me just do a file save here, make sure we save that one. All right, and so we'll just check our settings here, make sure these are all good. Those first 2 rows are checked. Looking at this one, this should be 1st and 3rd row. Those 2 are checked, and those 3 are checked. And is there any more settings or anything I need to fix before we go ahead and upload? I think we're
good. I don't think so. We'll fix them after. I mean,
all right, off we go.
So if there are anything, so yeah. So we do have the former GM of the Detroit Demons.
Oh, well, let's get the voice check.
And the starting pitcher of the game of the clinching game, I should say, and now the record holder for the most amount of strikeouts in a playoff game, at least on the champion side. Have to check the legend side. Cool. But congratulations to Super TARDIS.
Thank you.
So welcome. I mean, this I know that it's been a long struggle for lack of a better term,
right?
Because for you guys, and I know about that. Having to gone to the playoffs a lot, being in the World
Series.
Series,
consecutive season in playoffs is our really first success of all.
Yeah, and having been to the World Series before and losing. I've been through that, and it wears on you. It definitely does. So I mean, I don't know what. Well, I guess what was your expectations coming into this season? Like honest expectations coming into this season.
To be honest, it was a little rough. We just lost Molly Mitchell, like our starting ace, who'd kind of been a core part of our team for a long time, and Stretch Armstrong retired, who's been with our team forever. We just had a lot of turnover, but we had called up 2 of our guys from the minors, who I think Jaguar and Berserker, but I mean they had pretty decent seasons, and honestly we weren't expecting a whole lot. We made it in just on that 4th seed, if I remember correctly, and we'd made it on that seed for a couple years now, and got knocked out by Indy like 3 times in a row. So I mean, going into that first playoff round, I wasn't too hopeful, just based on the season Indy had and their season last year. I'm sorry, I'm just flustered right now. I've been a part of the team for like 20 IRL months.
I totally understand. Like,
you guys are going to be celebrating in the locker room here in just a bit, I imagine.
You're goddamn right we are.
Yeah, look at this.
I'm jumping in. I don't even care. I'm over the moon.
Welcome.
All I want to say really quickly, this is for fucking Taco. TARDIS, this is for you, man. We worked our asses off. You worked your ass off while I kind of like hung around. It's for fucking Dirk, who busts his ass. It's for Danny. It's for everybody. This is fucking amazing. Thank you to everybody who's ever been a demon, everybody who wished us luck. TARDIS will give you like the nice answer, but like, fuck it, we did it. This kicks ass. All right, I'm out.
And there we go, Jay Cortese,
All
short and
right.
sweet.
If you did not know Jay Cortese, that might have been the best introduction you could ever possibly get.
Wow.
That is pretty much him in a nutshell, I guess.
Hard to follow that
Yes.
up, huh?
Yes.
So, coming. I didn't obviously I didn't do any testing or anything because I'm why would I? But coming into this series, how did you guys feel against Boise
this is
and what if you guys have thought about doing anything different than what you guys have done throughout the season or even throughout the first couple of rounds of the playoffs?
I know I said before that Indy was like we were super. I mean, we put on the happy face. I was really excited to win, but to be honest, I was kind of in my back of my head expecting the playoff first round exit to Indy this year, just because they're a really good team, and that's happened so many times in the past. But I always kept my hope, and I'm glad we made it through. And I honestly, the whole so much underdog success in this playoff series that like going into we were actually the upper hand against Boise. It was a little scary because I was like, well, Boise just going to keep the underdog spirit going. But, I was not too involved with testing. In fact, I had finals this week, so I was just kind of all over the place, not really doing much. But, I'm so thankful for Dirk and Taco and Jake Rosie. I mean, I GM'd the team for about six seasons, and I'm stepping out 3 or 4 seasons ago just because I had school. But it's really happy for me because so many of the roots of this team I drafted and put in place, and it's just so awesome to see it come to fruition. And I did not do a whole lot with this series, but I'm so thankful for the guys who did, Dirk and Taco and Danny and especially Joe. Like we wouldn't be here without you guys. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Well, let's talk into the future here. Looking at your payroll for next season, you only have 3 players that you have to sign: Vaughn, Crashwagon, and Stack and Paper. Everybody else is signed through season 30. So Detroit is really poised here to make a big difference. Danny B is still going to be in. Dirk Diglett's still there. How do you think your chances are for getting a back-to-back for season 30?
I mean, I think we have all the pieces, and I absolutely believe in my team to do it. Taco and Joe are great GMs, and it's just they have the time to dedicate to it, and I really appreciate that. And I think if there's anyone in this league who can do it, it'll be them. It's going to be tough, but I think we can get there.
And another story that I think we've seen the past few seasons, especially since we've done the split and rearranged the division, has been the dominance of the Indianapolis Apex and how they've kind of just
is a great GM.
Absolutely. But Legends, that whole side over there, not really as big of an issue for the other divisions, but between the Stars and the Demons and the Apex, really competitive over there. And I do think that this World Series win does send a message now to these established teams that hey, not only did Detroit able to beat the best team in the league, but look over here at the other side with Boise as well. Beating the Rougarous and the Sloths. The Sloths game especially. I really do think that there is starting to be a little bit more parity in the teams now, and
Sure.
Some of these teams that have been 3rd, 4th seed, they have a lot better chance now. It looks like to be able to make this jump and to be able to play in the big dance. And I really look forward to next season. I really do think the Demons have a great chance. And there's a lot of free agency trades I think that are going to happen this offseason. So Demons are already in a good shape. And it'll just be really interesting to see how that plays out as we move on to season 30. Do you have any shout outs or anything like you'd like to do for your team here? To finish this out for the stream, to say hello to everybody or wish them congratulations.
Yeah, for sure. I already talked about Taco and Joe. I've said their name 1,000 times already, but they're literally the best guys ever. And especially me, where I am, I have to do college shit, and I'm sorry to swear, but applying colleges and stuff like that. I have a crazy life, but it's just so awesome to have guys like that who can just do that. All people in our war room, Danny, Laser, especially Laser. So awesome to have you back after losing you. All the guys in our lineup, guys who've been here forever, like Stack and Paper. I don't think he gets nearly the credit he deserves. He's like one of the most awesome guys ever. He doesn't ever see him credit. I'm sorry, there's just so many people. All the people in the locker room, Subby, even us in this region at Crash Wagon. I love you, man. All the new people. Definitely Manic for having a great run, putting us up there in the end. And also, I'd like to actually say something about the Boise guys.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually was originally on Boise. That's where I got drafted.
Right.
And yeah, and I still to maintain a good relationship with some of the guys on Boise, and I see people in Boise are like the classiest people ever. In this league. I love them so much. Iso is like one of my best friends. We did the podcast forever. I love that guy. CMAC, one of the best GMs I've ever had. Petra, awesome person. I'm so happy to have worked with them. Parker, and just everyone on Boise. You guys are awesome, and I'm definitely happy you guys made the World Series. It wouldn't have been the same without you guys, and I appreciate everything you did for me in this league, especially.
Well, as a former Boise Raptor myself, I will admit that they had one of the best locker rooms that I've ever been in. Being able to do the trivia nights with them, with CMAC and Petra and all them, ESO, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. So I think Boise has one of the best group, most liveliest group of core members of any team that I've ever been on. So really happy to see that they're able to finally get into the World Series. Of course they didn't win it, but they still have a lot of the building blocks to do something next season.
They have a brighter future than we do at the moment.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of these more established teams are going to have to really start being worried about, we've carried ourselves for so long in first place in our division. It's kind of been second nature. And then here comes Boise Raptors, or here comes the Detroit Demons, the Nashville Stars. Some of these other teams are really going to start making some changes. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I've updated the index. I'm waiting for the index to actually show it's updated. I clicked the link to upload it, but it is not updating here. I'll give it another minute. But thanks again so much for joining us, Super TARDIS. We really appreciate you having on with us tonight. Congratulations to the Demons. I hope you have a lot of fun in the locker room. Tell everybody, hi for me. Wish everybody well, and I'll have to hop in there in a little bit myself and say, pop in, say hi. But go have fun and enjoy your win. And congratulations again, World Series champions, Detroit Demons.
Thank you. And one thing I just wanted to say is I just want to thank Laser a lot. Because Laser really helped me get into the team originally when I became the GM, and he's been here forever, and he created the team. I'm so happy to see him work out.
Nice.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
so thank you.
Uh-oh, you were breaking up there at the end.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
No problem. Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
All right, so let me try it. You have a good one. Let me try this link again here, and we're going to see if we can't get this index uploaded. I clicked it once, and it did pop up. I'll pull it over here on the screen again to show that it does open. There we go. And we'll go back to the PBE server and just try and see if we can get this fixed. Where's the mouse? There we are.
I don't see it. I'm still seeing 1010.
All right, let me try and refresh here. And it did say successfully, did it? Successfully uploaded the online league status file to index.
Yeah, did you click the link?
Clicked it twice now. So let's just see. It might take its sweet time here, but
it could be cached or something weird. So
let me try it. Let me try it in Chrome. Alright, let me see if it loads up here in Chrome. And yes, alright, so it does look like it. Let me just pull up the main PBE thing, see if it does. And there we go. So, Index has been updated. I want to thank everybody so much again for joining us for this Major League World Series stream. It's been a pleasure having you all on. This is a great weekend before the holidays coming up. I hope everybody enjoys their time off with their family and friends. I've been your host, Legally Blind Gamer, joined by Enoch. And any last words, Enoch, before we go ahead and sign out for the night?
No, just we're gonna have a few Few things, coming up for the stream. We do have the charity stuff that's actually around the New Year time. But other than that, I hope everybody kind of enjoy this extra week. And happy holidays to everybody. Just really enjoy it. Spend time with your friends and family, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a good night. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, great New Year coming up, and make some good New Year's resolutions for 2022. We will see you next week for the majors draft. I believe is going to be the next stream that will be announced in the Game Day channel and in announcements, I believe. So stay tuned for that. But again, Legally Blind Gamer and Enoch, we want to wish you the very best. Congratulations again to both the Kansas City Hepcats and the Detroit Demons, World Series champions.
No,
No, not
Flamingos.
no, Flamingos. Excuse me. So, I can't believe I screwed that up. Flamingos, World Series champions, and Detroit Demons. Hope everybody has a great weekend and good night.
Good night.